Hey everyone, James Labrie.
And I'm John Petrucci, and we're from Dream Theater, and you are watching the Download Japan Q session.
Best thing about going on tour after a long time is that we get to do, first and foremost, what we love doing, and that is performing and bringing our music to all of our fans around the world. And here we are going to Japan, and it's been at least, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 2.5, 3 years since we've been there. I'm gonna say 3 years. So, that's the best part. We're getting back out, we're doing what we love to do, and we get to hang and interact with our fans.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. A live performance is something that we love to do. It's one thing to make music in the studio, and we love that as well. But, like James said, it's been 2.5, 3 years since we've been to your country, and we just have so much fun on stage. We love seeing everybody, playing for everybody. And we have a brand new album out, so
Yes.
we can't wait to debut that and the new Top of the World show. So all those reasons. And,
For sure.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So my greatest musical inspiration actually comes from this man's country, Canada. It's the band Rush. So I remember when I got turned on to Rush, heard them for the first time, I was completely, I was sold and immersed myself in everything Rush did. In fact, the first concert I ever saw was a Rush concert in New York, the Signals tour.
Wow.
Yeah. And obviously that had a huge influence on me and on the band and what Dream Theater would become. And as far as being influenced by Japanese artists or culture, I guess I could say, there's the great effects pedal company Boss, which is Japanese, and so many Boss effects pedals have inspired me musically, and I used them as a kid learning to play guitar, and I still use them as a professional adult. So that is big inspiration from the great country of Japan.
Wow. Wow, that's very, that's interesting. I've known you for 31 years. I didn't know that Rush was your first show.
My first
wow,
concert,
man,
yes.
that's amazing. Well, with me, it's like to say like one artist, it's a little difficult, but definitely, Queen influenced me growing up, and Zeppelin, as well as this, what John said here. Rush, come on, give me a break, man. My high school buddies and I would be listening to that all the time. But it's as far as the Japanese culture or any inspiration from, I have to say that I'm a little out of the loop and not as knowledgeable as I'd like to be. So you'll have to forgive me on that end. So the best piece of advice I've ever received was from my father, and he said, respect, respect others, and you'll have that back, and so what you put out is what you get back. And also be true to yourself and just be real. And I think, people that are grounded are inspirational, and that's the way that I've gone through life, is just keeping it real, being respectful, and being cool, period.
As far as advice, I'll I guess approach it from the musical front. When there was a teacher in high school that told me about the metronome, and it was the first time a musician suggested I practice using a metronome. I had never done that before, and it was the greatest piece of musical advice because I still do it. And what it did is it helped me to kind of be able to play things eventually that I couldn't play starting out, and playing to a metronome was a great piece of advice that I'll never forget. And then the other piece is another piece of musical advice as a guitar player. One of the things for me that was really helpful when I was growing up and learning is I played with a lot of people. John Mayung and I and Kevin Moore, our original keyboard player, we grew up on Long Island in New York, and everybody played. There were tons of bands and stuff, and I would just go from like house to house and do Grateful Dead jam sessions and Hendrix, and then go to this guy's house who was into like the Scorpions and metal, and then we go to this drummer's house and we just do scale sessions and rhythms, and then John and I would get together and learn every Iron Maiden song ever written. And I think
Gotta do this.
So playing with other musicians is a really great way to develop yourself as a player.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
not just about like staying at home and shedding by yourself. You know, music is meant to be shared, and it's
Right.
like, it's great getting that experience playing with other people. So I really, really suggest that you do that if you're not already.
The three things that Japan brings to me each and every time I go over there is their food. I can't get enough sushi when I go over there. That is the epicenter of sushi. The other thing that I'm always so incredibly impressed by is the generosity and the hospitality that the Japanese people bring us each time we go over there. And then the third thing is, why are you guys driving on the wrong side of the road? Come on. You know, I would never venture to drive in Japan. I swear to God, I'd be in an accident within 10 minutes. So that's the three things for me.
That'd be problematic.
Oh yes, would be.
Three things for me. One of them that comes to mind immediately is the bullet train. Like we don't have those, and it's always, you know, when we travel from city to city, we take the bullet train, and there's the one trip where you see Mount Fuji as you're going by,
Yeah.
and you see, you know, touring is kind of funny because you're really just seeing like the venues and hotels, but that's kind of the one opportunity where you could see really fast the
Right.
countryside going by, and it's so beautiful. The second thing would be gadgets and technology. I'm always like floored by things that are in Japan that we don't have. I have like the best pair of nail clippers I ever bought was in Japan. And all these like
Yeah.
electronic things that you can't find that they make, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this thing exists. That's incredible. And then finally, it's the people and the culture that we experience when we play live. You know, there's different audiences all around the world. We travel and we play everywhere, and there's something just so unique about playing to the audience in Japan. You just see everybody out there having a great time.
Yeah.
Everything about it is different. The shows are like 5 o'clock, you know, everything's early, the
Oh my
venues are
God,
different.
yeah.
It's such a unique place. And the fans have been with us for so long. So we really appreciate that so much.
So if I had a superpower, it'd be that I could read people's minds. I think the world would be, it would either be in a better place where people would be, you know, where things were happening for the masses the way that it should be around the world, because there's no deception. So we have to do what's best for each and every one of us as a whole. And I think the planet would be better off. Then again, there's the flip side of that, where knowing what everyone thought at any given time could cause insanity. So there's my superpower.
That's
I'll have to
nice.
think on that. By the way, I'm reading your mind right now, and I don't agree with you.
Oh boy.
Okay?
Oh boy.
All right. Okay.
My superpower would be to be able to sing like James.
Whew!
That would be my superpower because
Wow.
I've always wanted to sing, and I sing okay, but I don't sing like this man. That would be my
your
superpower.
voice has improved over the years.
Has it really?
Probably because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
singing.
so, man.
Probably because you're singing more. Yeah.
That's great.
Wow.
I really envy people that can sing really well. I think that's such a great, beautiful talent to have, to be able to open your mouth and just, you know, have stuff come out that's pretty
You know
damn
what?
good.
Here's the thing, though. Playing guitar, give me a break. You know? What do I got? 4 chords. I think I can play 4 chords.
That's all you need. Actually, all you need is 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for the
you're good.
blues?
For anything.
Oh, wow. Okay, hey, I'm starting my own band. I'm going
Okay.
to be the guitar player and singer.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.